So in the last session, just we covered about what is the need of generics or what is the purpose of generics, and what is the advantage of generics. Next, what is the type parameter. So non-generic version of array list class, generic version of array list class. Next, how to create our own generic class. Okay, this part we covered, right? Now here there is one small twist is there. So the next topic extension is based on previous example only. Just observe. Sir, here I am taking class test of T. Sir, class test of T. Can you tell what is the T? T is type parameter, right? What is the T? T is the type parameter. This T is what type? Any type based on our runtime requirement. Sir, I have one method is there. Sir, simple public void m1 method is there. Within the m1 method, I am declaring two variables a and b of T type. Sir, a and b are what type? T type. T is what type? Any type. Are you getting? Now, within this m1 method, system.out.println of a plus b and system.out.println of a into b. Okay, SOP of a by b, like I am taking. You are getting? A plus b, a into b, a by b, like I did. So do you know what operations we are performing on a and b? Arithmetic operations. Actually, arithmetic operations we can apply only for numbers, but not for any type. Are you getting? But not. Suppose you have two string objects. Then, if a and b are string type, a plus b, okay, concatenation. But a into b, what it means, or a by b, what it means, meaningless. Or if a and b are student type, sir, first student object plus a second student object, meaningless. Correct or not? Okay, this is. Sir, if the functionality applicable only for a particular boundary, only for a particular range, sir, it is applicable only for numbers. You can't apply anywhere else. If it is applicable only for numbers, you can't apply anywhere else. Then we have to bound the type parameter up to number only. Correct or not? If I can take like this, now you can call, or otherwise at the type parameter you can pass any type. But the functionality is applicable only for what? Numbers. That's why instead of T, what we have to do is T extends number. Are you getting? T extends number. So this type parameter, yeah, the type parameter, which thing we can take? We can take any type which should be child class of number. Are you getting that? Either number or it's a child classes, we can pass as the type parameter, right? Can you tell what are various child classes of number and number child classes? Byte, short, integer, long, float, double. Is nothing but like byte, short, integer, long, float, double. Okay, these are child classes of number type, right? I hope is clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. So, yeah, the type parameter, we can pass any type. At the type parameter we can pass any type, but which should be child class of number. Are you getting? So is it possible to bound the type parameter for a particular range? Is it possible or not? Yes. By using which keyword we can extend a keyword, right? Sir, if the functionality applicable only for numbers, okay, we can bound the type parameter only for number, up to number type only. We can, such types are by default considered as bounded types. Clear for all of you, okay? This is. So we can bound the type parameter for a particular range by using which keyword? Extends a keyword. Okay. Now I have one doubt. Sir, here observe. Class test of T. Sir, class test of T. Now, have you observed? Yeah, the type parameter we can pass. Yeah, the type parameter we can pass any type. Is it bounded type or unbounded type? Unbounded type. Sir, here I am taking class test of T extends a number. T extends a number like. Sir, yeah, the type parameter we can pass either number or its child classes. Sir, is it either number or its child classes? It's nothing but like we can pass. Now, can you tell, is it, so this is it a bounded type or unbounded type? Bounded type. Clear for all of you, right? We can bound the type parameter for a particular range by using which keyword? Extends keyword, right? Clear for all of you, right? At this point. We can keep subheading first. Bounded types. Next subtopic. Bounded types. Bounded types. Bounded types. Types. Okay? Here the point. We can bound the type parameter. We can bound the type parameter. We can bound the type parameter. Bound the type parameter for a particular range. We can bound the type parameter for a particular range. For a particular range. We can bound the type parameter for a particular range by using extends keyword. We can bound the type parameter for a particular range by using extends keyword. By using extends keyword. Extends keyword. Such types are called bounded types. Such types are called bounded types. Bounded types. Such types are called bounded types. Bounded types. Okay? Just example, 1 minute. Example. Better to take this one first. Class test of T, curly brace open and close. Class test of T, curly brace open and close. Okay? Class test of T, curly brace open and close. Add. As the type parameter. Type parameter. We can pass. The type parameter we can pass any type. The type parameter we can pass any type. Any type. And there are no restrictions. The type parameter we can pass any type and there are no restrictions. Restrictions. Okay? And hence it is unbounded type. And hence it is unbounded type. Unbounded type. And hence it is unbounded type. Unbounded type. Okay? This is. Now listen this example well. Sir, test of integer T1 is equal to new test of integer. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Yes, valid. Test of integer T1 is equal to new test of integer. Test of string T2 is equal to new test of string. Test of string T2 is equal to new test of string. Valid or not? This one is also perfectly valid. There is no problem at all. Any explanation is required now? Okay, at this point. Take these two examples. Test of integer T1 is equal to new test of integer. Next, test of string T2 is equal to new test of string. Test of string T2 is equal to new test of string. New test of string. Can I complete it? I hope. Test of integer, test of string T2, new test of string. Now, any explanation is required about this one? Okay. Now, so here just observe this one. Sir, it is unbounded type anyway. Now, listen very carefully about this one. Sir, I am taking class test of T extends number. Class test of T extends number. Sir, at the type parameter, we can pass either number type or its child classes. Are you getting either number type or its child classes? Is it bounded type or unbounded type? Bounded type. Now, I am taking, sir, class test of T. Class test of T extends, class test of T implements runnable. Sir, class test of T implements runnable. Can you tell us the type parameter? Which thing we can pass? Either runnable or it's implementation classes. Are you getting? Next, class test of T super string. Class test of T super string. Can you tell the type parameter? Which thing we can pass? Either string or its super classes. Either string or its super classes we can pass. Now observe. Sir, here the type parameter we can pass either number or its child classes. The type parameter we can pass either runnable or its implementation classes. Next, the type parameter we can pass either string or its super classes. Are you getting that? Okay, this any explanation is required about this one? Any explanation is required? Can you tell in this case, at the type parameter we can pass either number or its child class. Here at the type parameter we can pass either runnable or its implementation classes. At the type parameter we can pass either string or its super classes, right? I hope you people can aware. Now make sure this one is wrong, this one is also wrong, only this one is the correct. Okay, because we can define bounded types only by using extends keyword. Implements super such type of terminology not applicable. Clear, right? Sir, we can define bounded type only by using extends. Implements and super such type of terminology not at all applicable. Clear for all of you, right? But wherever implements keyword is there, happily we can replace with the extends keyword, no problem at all. Regarding wherever implements is there, replace implements with extends keyword, then itself is nothing but valid terminology, right? Any explanation is required, that's why. So even extends keyword in generics we can apply for interfaces also, no problem at all. Okay, now can you tell super such type of terminology not applicable for generics in bounded types? Okay, this is. Now can you tell what is the syntax of bounded type? Sir, here just observe syntax for bounded type. Now observe. Sir, I am taking class test T extends class test T extends X. T extends X. Can you tell what is X? X is either class or interface, because both possibilities are there. So if X is a class, then at the type parameter we can pass either X type, either X type or its implementation classes, or its child classes. If X is an interface, then at the type parameter we can pass either X type or its implementation classes. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, so this is the syntax for bounded type. Add, keep submitting. Syntax for bounded type. Syntax for bounded type. Bounded type. Syntax for bounded type. Okay, take this part. Class test of T extends X. Class test of T extends X. Test of T extends X. T extends X. Have you are getting right? Class test of T extends X. Okay, first here say X can be either class, X can be either class or interface. X can be either class or interface. X can be either class or interface. Either class or interface. Next, if X is a class, then if X is a class, then as the type parameter. If X is a class, then as the type parameter. Then as the type parameter. If X is a class, then as the type parameter, we can pass. Then as the type parameter, we can pass either X type. We can pass either X type we can pass either extra type or its a child classes. At the type parameter we can pass either extra type or its a child classes, or it's a child classes, or it's a child classes. Next, if x is an interface, if x is an interface, then as the type parameter, then at the type parameter we can pass, then at the type parameter we can pass either extra type, we can pass either extra type, or its, we can pass either extra type or its, we can pass either extra type or its implementation classes, or its implementation classes, or its implementation classes. That's all. Are you able to understand, right? Okay, this is the syntax for bounded type. Now observe this one. Sir, example here, see. Sir, I am taking class test of t, extends, sir, class test of t extends number, like I am taking class test of t extends a number, like this I am taking. Now my target is, here see, sir, I am creating an object in this style. You have to decide whether it is valid or not. Test of integer t1 is equal to new test of integer. Have you observed? Test of integer t1, new test of integer, valid or not? Valid. Next, test of string t2 is equal to new test of string, valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Invalid, because string is not child class of number. That's why immediately compile time error you are going to get. So what that compile time error is? Okay, type parameter java.lang.string, type parameter java.lang.string is not in its bound, like compile time error we will get. Correct or not? Because such type parameter is not in the boundary. That's why you can't create an object for this class like this. Immediately compile time error you are going to get. Okay, I will execute and I will confirm anyway, right? Now just observe the second example here. See, sir, I am taking class test of t, class test of t extends runnable, class test of t extends runnable, right? Sir, now I am creating like this test of, now I want to create test of, here my code here is a test of runnable, t is equal to new test of runnable. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? Test of runnable t is equal to new test of runnable, valid or not? Yes, either runnable or its implementation classes we can. That's why itself is the valid. Next, test of runnable t, test of, here I am taking thread t2 is equal to new test of thread, valid or not? Valid, no problem, it is also acceptable. Next, test of, okay, runnable thread, test of, here I am taking string, here see, test of integer t3 is equal to new test of integer, valid or invalid? This one invalid, because integer class is not implementation class of runnable. That's why immediately compile time error you are going to get, saying, okay, type parameter, what compile time error? Type parameter java.lang.integer is not in its bound, type parameter java.lang.integer is not in its bound, like compile time error by default we are going to get. Any explanation is required, Anna? Okay, make sure you people should have clear clarity. Okay, now let me execute and let me show this bounded type. Listen this point well. Sir, here I am taking a simple example. Make sure I am taking class test of t. Sir, class test of t. Sir, can you tell, is it a bounded type or unbounded type? Bounded or unbounded? Unbounded. Class test of t. So, now I am taking test of integer t1 is equal to new test of integer. Don't write, just legend. Test of integer t1 is equal to new test of integer like. Now, can you tell, is it valid or not? Yes, perfectly valid. Now, see, here I am taking Durga classes like test.java. Okay. Now let me go for a simple example, right? Java C test.java. Now have you observed the code compiles fine? Java test compiles and runs fine, no problem at all. Sir, now test of string t2 is equal to, sir, test of string t2 is equal to new test of string t2 is equal to new test of string. Okay, is it valid or not? Yes, valid, no problem, because it's not bounded type, that's fine. Sir, now t extends number. Okay, can you tell, is it valid or not? Sir, this one I am commenting. Just I am commenting, valid or not? Test of integer t1 is equal to new test of integer, perfectly valid, no problem at all. Okay, valid. Now test of string t2 is equal to new test of string, valid or invalid? Invalid. Immediately compile time error we are going to get. Have you observed? Type parameter java.lang.string is not within its bound. Is not within its bound, like compile time error we are getting. Same, suppose t extends runnable I am taking. Runnable. Sir, test of here just observe test of thread. T1 is equal to new test of thread I am taking. Is it valid or invalid? Perfectly valid, no problem at all. Sir, now I am taking test of integer t2 is equal to new test of integer like. Okay, what is the output by default we are going to get? Here is, see, type parameter java.lang.integer is not in its bound. Are you able to understand that? Okay, this is. So make sure you people should have clear clarity. Take this example 1, example 2 both. Is not within its bound. It's not within its bound. Take clearly. Class test of t extends a number. Test of integer t1 is equal to new test of integer. Test of string t2 is equal to new test of string. We are going to get compile time error saying type parameter java.lang.string is not within its bound. Is not within its bound like. Next, type parameter java.lang.integer is not in its bound. Take clearly. So what is bounded type? How to define bounded type? Okay, make sure. type parameter java.lang.string is not within its bound. Type parameter java.lang.integer is not within its bound. Like completed, right? Completed, right? Take clearly. So this is the way how we can define bounded types. How we can define bounded types, like. But here there are some constraints. That part I will discuss anyway. Completed this part also, right? Now listen. So here still I can extend this bounded type. Sir, here just observe, if I can take like class test of t extends number. Sir, class test of t extends number. Can you tell the type parameter which thing is allowed? Either number or its child class is allowed. Sir, I am taking class test of t extends runnable. Class test of t extends runnable. Sir, the type parameter which thing is allowed? Either runnable or its implementation classes are allowed. Now my question is very important. Take special care. I want type parameter which should be child class of number and should implement runnable. Sir, both conditions should be satisfied simultaneously. Such type only allowed. Are you getting? Which should be child of number and which should implement runnable interface. Sir, I want both conditions should be satisfied simultaneously. Such types only allowed. How we can define? Very simple. Class test of, here observe this one, class test of t extends number, don't keep comma, t extends number and runnable. T extends number and runnable. Okay. Now the type parameter we can pass any type which should be child class of number and should implement runnable interface, right? Any explanation is required? Which should be child class of number and which should implement runnable interface, right? Any explanation, Anna? So in combination also we can define bounded type. Don't feel we can define bounded type only for extends only one condition. More than one condition also we can maintain. Clear for all of you? Okay. Add. We can define bounded types. We can define bounded types. We can define bounded types even in combination also. We can define bounded types even in combination also. We can define bounded types even in combination also. Even in combination also. Okay. Example, add class test of t extends number, class test of t extends number under runnable, test of t extends number under runnable, okay, curly brace open and close, class test of t extends number under runnable. Now at the point, as the type parameter, we can take anything. The type parameter we can take anything. which should be. Yada type parameter, we can take anything which should be child class of number, which should be child class of number, and should implements runnable interface, which should be child class of number and should implements runnable interface, should be child class of number and should implements runnable interface. Are you getting right? Okay, this is next. Sir, some more options I will provide. So in combination, how we can define? Here very simple. See, sir, I'm taking class test of t extends my requirement is the type parameter. Anything you can pass which should implements both the runnable and comparable interfaces. Yes, a class can implement more than one interface simultaneously, possible. Now class test of t extends runnable and comparable. T extends runnable and comparable. Now the type parameter we can pass any time which should implement both runnable and comparable interfaces. Correct or not? Okay, valid. Next, here class test of t. Okay, listen. T extends number. Sir, t extends number which should be child of number and implements runnable and comparable. No problem at all. Valid. Sir, valid, right? Which should implements a number, which should extends a number, child class of number, and implements both runnable and comparable interfaces. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is next. Class test of t extends, analyze carefully. T extends runnable and number. Sir, can you tell is it valid or invalid? We cover number and runnable, but now I am taking runnable and number. 100% pakka invalid. Sir, this is invalid. What is the reason? If you want to take class and interface, first we have to take class and then interface. You know, even in the normal Java syntax also, class A extends B, implements C, valid. Class A extends B, implements C. Class A implements B, extends C. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Are you getting? First extends and then implements. That's why this one is the invalid, you know. Because can I spell out the reason also? Because we have to take class first. We have to take class first, followed by interface next. Are you getting? Class first followed by interface next. That's why this one is nothing but invalid, right? First legend, later you can take. Next, sir, I am taking class test. Here I am taking t extends number. Sir, it should be child class of number, and should be child class of thread. Is it allowed or invalid? I mean valid or invalid? This one also invalid. What is the reason? You know, because is it possible to extend more than one class simultaneously? Java won't provide support for multiple inheritance. Have you remembered? Class A extends B, C. Valid or invalid? Class A extends B, C. Invalid, compatible error, right? Because a Java class can't extend more than one class. Same rule. T T extends number is a class, thread is also a class. How you can extend more than one class simultaneously? Now here see, T extends number and thread is nothing but invalid because we can't extend more than one class simultaneously. We can't extend more than one class simultaneously. That's why this one is nothing but invalid. Sir, is it possible to define bounded type in combination or not? What answer? Array, in combination possible or not? Yes. My type parameter can extend a class, can implement an interface. My type parameter can implement more than one interface, or type parameter can extend a class and can implement any number of interfaces. First take interface and then class invalid, or more than one class if you are taking invalid, right? Okay, these two rules you people should aware. Okay, take these things also. Continuation. So what is a bounded type? How we can define bounded types? While defining bounded types, what conditions we have to check? What conditions we have to check? Make sure you people should be aware. Completed, I hope. Take clearly. Take clearly. Okay, completed, right? So make sure what is the reason also we kept, because we have to take class first followed by interface. Here we can't take more than one class simultaneously. That's why these two things are invalid. Reasons also we kept within bracket, better to take those points also. Completed, I hope. Okay. Now next terminology, very important terminology we have. Now the next terminology. The point here is make sure you people should aware clearly. Sir, there are few conclusions are there. Okay, keep submitting conclusions or note, any word you can take. Note. Okay, there are two or three conclusions I will explain, but most of the things are already known things. First one, here just observe. Sir, class test of, let me explain known conclusion first, so that you people can easily, you can take easily. Here see. Sir, I am taking class test of T extends number. class test of t extends a number. Okay, first one. Next class test of t, class test of t extends, class test of t extends runnable, or otherwise t implements runnable. Class test of t implements runnable. Implements runnable. Okay. Next class test of t, class test of t implements runnable. Class test of t extends runnable. Extends runnable. Okay, third one. Next fourth one, class test of t super, class test of t super string. Okay, that's all. Can you tell among these which are valid, which are invalid? First one, valid. T extends a number, valid. Second one, invalid, because the reason you know, implements keyword we can't use, the problem implements. Third one, extends runnable, valid. Fourth one, t super, such type of terminology not applicable. Now clear. Now my first conclusion, take a bit special care. We can define bounded types only by using extends keyword. Implements and super keywords are not allowed. Wherever implements keyword is required, happily we can use what? Extends keyword only. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, add note one, first one. We can define bounded types. We can define bounded types only by using. We can define bounded types only by using. We can define bounded types only by using extends a keyword. Only by using extends a keyword. Only by using extends a keyword. And we can't use implements and super keywords. And we can't use implements and super keywords. And we can't use implements and super keywords. Implements and super keywords. We can't use implements and super keywords. But we can replace. We can replace implements keyword purpose. But we can replace implements keyword purpose with. But we can replace implements keyword purpose with extends a keyword. We can replace implements keyword purpose with extends a keyword. Extends keyword. Okay, that's all. Clear for all of you, right? Okay. Now take all these four. Take clearly. This is the first one we have. T extends a number. T implements a runnable. T extends a runnable. T super string. T super string, like completed, I hope. So some are valid, some are. First one is valid. Completed, right? Okay. Now this is the first one. Second and the third conclusions, also very simple conclusions, not required to worry. Here see this one. Sir, I'm taking class test of T. I'm taking. Sir, can you tell what is the type parameter? What is the T? T is what? Type parameter. Are you getting T? Now my question is, sir, instead of T, can I take X? Ayo, can I take X? Or can I take Y? Or can I take ABC? Or can I take Durga? Huh? Yeah, the type parameter. We can take any valid Java identifier, need not be T always. Okay, are you getting? Yeah, the type parameter, anything we can take, no problem at all, valid. Okay, T. But why we are always taking T? You may have the doubt. Why we are always taking T? Because T means what? Type parameter. T means type parameter, and this one is nothing but have you observed, right? T starts with the T. It is the convention to use a T. It doesn't mean compulsory we should use a T only. Now I am taking class test of X. I am taking 100% pakka valid. Class test of A. I am taking A. I am taking valid, no problem at all. Now class test of Durga I am taking valid, no problem at all. Wherever Durga is there, replace it with our provided type. So any valid Java identifier we can use, but it is convention to use a T. Okay, this is at this point. And second point. As the type parameter T. As the type parameter T. As the type parameter T. Better to take T within single quotes. As the type parameter T. We can take any valid Java identifier. 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 Any valid Java identifier. But it is convention to use. But it is convention to use T. But it is convention to use T. But it is convention to use T. T. That's all. Are you able to understand? Okay, take all. Class test of T. Class test of T valid. Class test of X valid. Class test of A valid. Next, class test of Durga itself is the valid. Test of Durga. Okay, so don't keep any doubt at all. This is what you people should aware. Completed, right? Okay, next third one. So last conclusion here, third legend. Sir, how many type parameters we are taking? Up to this example only one. Correct or not? Class test of T or A or something like. Is it possible to take multiple type parameters simultaneously? Make sure. Yes, based on our requirement, we can declare any number of type parameters, no problem at all. Best example, class test of. So A comma B. Sir, how many type parameters I am taking? 2 type parameters. And these type parameters can be separated with what? Comma symbol, right? Okay. Like next, sir, class test of X, Y, Z. How many type parameters I am taking? 3 type parameters, no problem at all. Okay, this is based on your requirement. You can declare any number of type parameters, right? Sir, legend this one. I want to explain one example which is not my creation. It's already there in the Java API. Best example here, see. Class, we have hash map concept. Have you remembered class hash map? What is a map, Anna? Map is nothing but a group of key value pairs. Hash map of k comma v. K comma v. Do you know k is what type? K is what type? Key type. V is what type? Value type. V is what type? Value type. K is the key type. V means a value type, right? Now hash map of okay, integer, or k should be, my key should be integer and the value should be string type. H is equal to, I am creating hash map object for this generic class. Okay, now hash map of integer, comma string, like this I am taking. Sir, can you tell, is it valid or not? 100% pakka, perfectly valid. Now I hope you people can aware what is the difference between this terminology, right? Not required to keep any explanation, right? Sir, here, so class hash map of k comma v. K means what? Key type. V means what? Value type. Is nothing but like you people should have clear clarity. So how many type parameters we are taking? 2 type parameter. Don't feel we have to take only 1 type parameter always. Any number of type parameters based on our requirement. But these type parameters should be separated with the comma, right? Comma k comma v or x comma y comma z. Take third one. Based on our requirement, we can declare. Based on our requirement, we can declare any number of type parameters. Based on our requirement, we can declare any number of type parameters. Based on our requirement, we can declare any number of type parameters. Any number of type parameters. And all these type parameters should be separated with. And all these type parameters should be separated with. Separated with comma. These type parameters should be separated with comma. Okay, take all class test of example should be separated with comma. Class test of a comma b valid. Next class test of x y z. Class test of x y z. Next class hash map of k means what? Key type. V means value type. Even that example also better to take. Class hash map of k comma v. V like this. K comma v. Next k means key type. V means value type. K comma v. So now terminology is very clear for you people. Can I complete it right? That's all. Okay, these things are bounded types. That's all. This is what is the bounded type. These are various conclusions what we have.